Association. And I want to thank you for taking the time to learn more about the program and how it might benefit you as an employer in the equine industry. So please take a moment to think about the traditional lands you're currently situated on and join us in acknowledging and thanking the generations of Indigenous peoples who have cared for these lands and in celebrating the continued strength and spirit of Indigenous peoples. Land acknowledgements mark a small and important step in the process of reconciliation and building a positive relationship with Indigenous peoples. We're grateful to have the opportunity to work, live, and play on this land, and by doing so, give our respect to its first inhabitants. Please visit native/land.ca to search a location for land acknowledgement information. So today we'll have a very short agenda. I know if you're in the horse business, you've likely got work to do, so we'll try and keep it short and answer any questions that you may have. We'll go over the program overview, talk about the components and the duration of the program benefits, how to get started as an employer, what the requirements are for you to be eligible to be a participant, a partner in the program, answers a few of the frequently asked questions, and then talk about next steps. So the Skills Development Fund, it's called the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. The goal of the program is to address a significant labor shortage in all disciplines. Our association is from the racing industry, but this program is open to all equine industries. As long as it has a path back to the horse, then you're eligible as an employer to participate and hire people from the program. We provide high-level training for individuals that have shown an interest in working with horses. And again, our goal is to create a sustainable and a resilient workforce. So the Ontario Equine Education and Program, or OEEEP as we like to call it, is a partnership between the Ontario Harness Horse Association, Equine Guelph, and VPI Working Solutions. And we have funded by the Government of Canada and the Government of Ontario. OHA, we oversee and administer the program. Equine Guelph provides the basic industry-specific skills training for the program participants. And VPI Working Solutions provides job preparedness training for program participants. And as you go through the program, if you decide to become a partner in this program with you, there's touch points with all three organizations that will be interacting with you during your time working with us. So the program components and the duration, it starts with an intake appointment and acceptance into the program, followed up by skills training and job search services, which is 6 weeks long. There's 6 units that the employees learn. Each unit is approximately a week long. And then we try and have a job placement available for them at the end of their online training, which can vary from 12 to 18 weeks, depending on the amount of horse experience and their unique situations that each individual may have. We have a matrix that we use to determine how long that job placement is each participant is eligible for. Why should you as an employer join the OEP? Obviously to fill job vacancies, to hopefully build the future or sustain the future of this industry, develop local talent, and the kicker for us, and we believe for you, is the financial aid that we can provide to you for your partnership and the work that you do in helping with that hands-on training that's so important to the success of the program. So the employer requirements are you're required to be a legal entity authorized to operate or carry on business in the province of Ontario. You must carry adequate third-party general liability insurance as advised by your insurance broker. You must have a payroll, and you must provide workers' safety and insurance, WSIB coverage, or private disability coverage as applicable to cover the cost of work-related injuries and occupational diseases. Some of the farms that are partners in the program have language in their farm liability policy that provides protection to them if an employee gets injured while on the job, and that would be sufficient to cover off that requirement to provide WSIB or something similar. So to get started, the employer completes the Skills Development Fund registration form. You can do that online very quickly. It's about 5 minutes or less to click through there. The link is on the OEEEP website. It's also on the OHHA website. Once you've done that, that basically gets the ball rolling. OHA, our office, will contact you to perform a site visit, drop off a placement kit, and finalize the paperwork. That there's a site suitability form that we have to check off. And then we try to determine the start date for placement to find out when you're looking for employees, or if you're currently in the market to have somebody hired on. So the employer paperwork requirements, the first one would be the registration form that's done online. The second one is the one that will be done when I visit your farm, is the employer site suitability form. The placement agreement form is a form between yourself and the participant or the employee. That is done when you hire somebody. Direct deposit form we ask for from the employer in order that we can put the wage subsidy into your account, and then completed timesheets for the participants. So the participants and yourselves will sign off on the timesheets at the end of each pay period. You'll give us proof that the individual has been paid, and then that will trigger the direct deposit into your bank account of the subsidy. So some questions that we get asked: are students insured through your program in the event of an injury? In addition, I'll use my current waiver to acknowledge risk. It's always a good idea to have that waiver, I believe, signed, that acknowledges that working with horses is risky. The program does not provide any insurance, and that's why it's a requirement that you provide WSIB or similar insurance to protect yourself and the program against the possibility of a participant being injured while they're being employed by you. If you don't have WSIB and you're interested in how to register, it can be done online or by phone. You have to accept WSIB coverage. If you call and tell them that you are a horse trainer and are looking to get WSIB, they may tell you that it's not a requirement. Legally, you don't have to provide WSIB, but in order to be a participant in this program, it is one of our requirements. So you have to submit a Form 90 to be registered. If the payroll is $20,000 or less, you only have to file once a year. The class of the employee, the groom or the caretaker that you'll be hiring would be a Class A, and the rate for this year is $2.21 per $100. The rate of the WSIB is the gross amount paid to your employees. So if you paid somebody, for example, $5,000, it would be $110 for the WSIB coverage. The WSIB recommends registering close to the start date of the employee, keeping the confirmation number that they provide, and that will fast track things if needed. You use that number as a reference. And again, WSIB is another form of insurance to yourself should anybody be hurt while they're working for you. That just protects both the participant and the employer. So we highly recommend that farms have WSIB or similar coverage if they have employees. So how to register, you can go to www.wsib.ca. You simply click on register your business. You'll see in the second window, there will be a tab open that says register. You click on that register link. And then here's what is they'll ask for you in order to apply. So you'll need your business legal name, your business number if available, your information about any partners or officers in your businesses, like names, addresses, date of birth, the start date of the worker or workers that you've hired, an estimate of the gross insurable earnings for a full calendar year, and an email address. That WSIB process, if you do it online, you can actually call a person will help you walk through it while you're online. The whole process will take probably 10 to 15 minutes. Is there a subsidy for my teaching time per student? Yes. So the program, as we said earlier, will provide up to 50% of the wages, up to a maximum of $5,000 for a period between 12 to 18 weeks. Can placements be provided for more than one student at a time? Absolutely. If you have more than one opening, you're more than welcome to have more than one student or participant. You can also have, once a person has completed their placement, and you want to move on, that person is free to go and look for a job on their own, and you can then reapply and have somebody else join your team from the program. So to quickly review the program, you have to do the assessment intake appointment for the employees. They do this technical skills and the job search skills training, which is approximately 6 weeks with Equine Guelph and VPI, and then follows with the job matching and placement. So once the way the program works, once a person has done their online training through the University of Guelph and Equine Guelph, they will be then given a list of qualified farms, our partners, our farm partners, and they will simply send a resume out if they're interested in applying for a job at your facility. You then contact them, conduct an interview with them, and determine whether or not to move forward with offering them a position. So again, we believe the strong value to this program to the equine industry is to fill those job vacancies that we hear from all disciplines are very real, and there's a lot of people that are in a desperate situation trying to find skilled help or educated help, help to develop local talent. Our future trainers and drivers and owners and participants and riders are going to we believe a lot of them will come through this program, help build and sustain the future of the industry. And again, the real benefit to you as an employer is the fact that we'll pay 50% of the wages for a period of time. So the next steps, you can contact myself at Ontario Harness Horse Association. My email is brian@ohha.ca. You can contact me through the office at 905-854-6442, or you can also contact me by cell at 519-257-0332. So thanks for participating. And if anybody's got any questions about the program, if you feel comfortable, you can unmute and ask now, or type them into the box, and be happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you feel more comfortable having a personal conversation with me, don't hesitate to reach out. We're available 24/7. So I know everybody in the horse business has got different hours that they work, but I'm always available on my cell phone. Again, that's 519-257-0332. And we really hope that you consider joining up to the program and becoming one of our partners. Jackie says, can I hire someone for summer camp and then keep the employee on part-time if I could? Absolutely. That is the goal of the program, is to find somebody that works well for you, that leads to full-time or part-time employment. A lot of the people that are participating in the program are looking for part-time. Some are looking for full-time. So that'd be something that you would discuss once you get a resume and conduct an interview with one of our participants.
There is a question from Monica, and she said, at the beginning, you mentioned all equine industries. Does this include aspects of the industry that are not directly hands-on with horses, such as feed store specialists, equine photographers, journalists, tax shops, etc.?
Yes, Monica, great question. And the answer is yes. And we've fortunately been able to help out in a lot of those different places. We have people that are working at the racetrack as horse identifiers. We have somebody that's working at the racetrack that collects the numbers after they're done racing. So they're not directly hands-on with the horses, but it's an industry-related job, and that would qualify. And again, similar to the equine, the hands-on equine job shortage, we realize that there's a shortage in a number of other places as well. And if we can do something to help in those situations, then I believe that's just value added for our program. So We do have people that have applied at some tax shops and stuff. I'm not sure that any of them have currently received a job there, but absolutely those jobs, as long as it leads back to the horse, it's considered part of the equine industry, you would be eligible to participate. Are participants willing to live in? Yes, some are. Again, it would be something that you would discuss during an interview after you receive the resumes. But yes, absolutely, some people are willing to do live in. So I don't see any more questions coming in. I'll give it another couple of minutes or minute here to see if somebody types something in. If not, again, feel free to reach out. I know it's a lot easier talking and explaining things one-on-one. If you would like us to come out and meet you and talk at the farm, we're happy to do that as well. We want to make this as easy and accommodate you the best way we can to make it as seamless and an easy process as possible. And again, we think that we've created a really good pathway to get people that are interested in working with horses and bring them into the industry. Yes, there is a cap on the subsidy. It's up to $5,000, and depending on where they fall in the skills matrix, it could only be a 12-week subsidy, or it could be up to 18 weeks, depending on the situation. So that's something we can discuss once you have somebody. We can look at the individual situation and make a determination on how long the subsidy would be for. Some have hands-on experience, others don't. Again, that would be something that you would discuss when you receive the resume. But the longer this program goes, the program's only been running now, this program, for 6 months, and the longer it goes, the more it seems like the more people that we are attracting that do have some horse experience. If my business is matched with an individual and it doesn't work out, can I come back to you for someone else? Absolutely. This is just an employer-employee relation. Once you've hired somebody, there's no obligation to keep them for the 12 or 18 weeks. Similarly, we can't force them to show up to work. So once you've signed that partnership agreement, the placement agreement, that's something between you and the employee. And if it doesn't work out, you're absolutely eligible to come back in again and try someone else. Well, thanks, Jackie. And as I said, if you guys are interested and you want to talk one-on-one, feel free. Don't hesitate to reach out, and be happy to give you a call back. You can email me, text me. Very easy to get a hold of, and more than happy to talk. If you can share the message about the program, if you've got other people that you know of that are interested in hiring people. We know it's difficult out there right now. There's a real difficulty in all disciplines. So if you're having difficulty, don't feel like you're alone. It's something that's through all different disciplines. And we believe that the government's given us an opportunity to fix that. And going forward, to introduce a whole bunch of new people and new participants into the industry. So we're looking for partners, and the employer is a critical piece of the success of this program. So if you can share that information around, we'd be really, really thankful. Thanks, Monica. Yeah, I think that's an important thing. Matter of fact, today I had a conversation with somebody that doesn't have hands-on jobs, but has a lot of jobs in the equine industry, and they're signing up today and are thrilled to hear about the program. So we think it's going to grow. Once the more the word gets out there, we're pretty confident in what we're doing, and the employers have been happy. The ones that we've sent people to, we've got a lot of great testimonials. If you go to Horse Sport has done a number of articles on the program and talked to both the employees and the employers. There's a lot of people out there that are very, very passionate and have always looked for a pathway into the equine industry, and it just wasn't there. And we believe that we've developed a very simple, easy pathway into the industry. And we know not everybody's going to work out, but I think that you'll see that when you give somebody an opportunity that has the passion and has taken the 6 weeks to learn everything they can online through, an industry leader in equine Guelph and the excellent job that equine Guelph does. I think at least you have somebody that's interested and eager to learn more, and hopefully through your experiences, you can provide that mentorship to these people. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for taking the time. And again, please feel free to reach out. And if there's anything we can do to help you along in the process, we're here to help. So appreciate you taking the time again, and hope to hear from you.